What if I told you? Most people don't die because they're old, they die because they quietly gave up long before their body did? If you're like most, you might assume it's just age doing what age does. That after a certain number of birthdays, the body simply starts to break down. But what if I told you that's not really the truth? Why do so many people struggle to live past 80? Not because of illness, but because of, the truth is much more subtle and much more dangerous. You see, age alone doesn't steal your life. What does? It's the small, almost invisible things, the daily habits, the emotional patterns, the quiet neglects that slowly erode your health, your energy, your presence, until one day, you realize you're no longer really living. You're just existing. And here's the scary part. By the time the symptoms show up, the fatigue, the stiffness, the forgetfulness, the low motivation, it's often too late. Not because your body suddenly gave up, but because your mind and spirit quietly surrendered long before. But don't worry, this isn't about fear. This video isn't here to scare you, it's here to wake you up. Because once you recognize the silent forces that are pulling you downward, the ones no doctor warns you about, you can stop them. You can push back. You can take back not just years to your life, but more importantly, life to your years. So, let me ask you, have you ever told yourself, I'm just tired because I'm getting older? Or, my joints hurt, it's probably just age. Or even worse, maybe this is just how life is now. If so, stop right there. Because today, we're going to uncover the hidden killers that rob most people of their vitality after 60, 70, and beyond. These aren't dramatic medical emergencies. They don't come with warning sirens. They show up in your habits, your posture, your thoughts, your relationships, and the moment you notice them, really notice them, you get the power to change your direction. Let me share something with you. A few years ago, I met a man in his early 70s. Physically, he seemed fine. No major illnesses, no hospital visits, but every time I saw him, he looked a little smaller. Not in size, but in energy. His stride slowed, his posture slumped, he stopped telling jokes, stopped making plans. One day, he quietly said, I don't really have anything to look forward to anymore. That was the beginning of his decline. Not because of cancer or a heart attack, but because he stopped participating in his own life. And it broke my heart, because I've seen it happen so many times. So today, I want to help you do something different. I want you to pay close attention, because this video is going to reveal the 5 silent forces that shorten life expectancy, and how to reverse their grip. These forces are so common. We've mistaken them for normal. But they're not. They're early warnings that your body, your brain, and your spirit are downshifting. And the earlier you notice them, the easier it is to turn things around. We'll talk about the fire inside your body that you don't even feel, but that's silently burning through your cells. Why your spine may be collapsing long before your bones give out, and how to fix it. How emotional isolation rewires your brain to slowly shut down. What really causes your memory to fade, and it's not just getting old. And perhaps most importantly, why losing your sense of purpose is the most dangerous risk of all. So I ask you, are you living each day fully? Or are you slowly fading, without even realizing it? This video might just help you answer that. And before we dive in, let me remind you of something powerful. Your life is not on autopilot. Your story isn't over. And your body, even if it's aching, even if it's slower, is still listening to your choices. So let's make them count. Let's begin. Hey, friends, today, I want to talk to you about something we usually don't think about until it's too late. Not the usual suspects like smoking or junk food. No, I'm talking about 5 surprising, silent killers that are quietly eating away at your health and your lifespan. And here's the scary part. They're hiding in plain sight. In your daily habits, your posture, your thoughts, even in the way you breathe. But the good news? Once you spot them, you can beat them, and I'm going to show you how. Let's get into it. You may not see it. You may not feel it. But inflammation is like a tiny fire burning inside your body, day after day, and over time, that fire damages your heart, your brain, your joints, and even your cells. It's linked to diseases like heart failure, Alzheimer's, cancer, and arthritis. So, what's causing this silent fire? Processed food, poor sleep, chronic stress, and sitting too much. Now think about your last week. Fast food on the go? Working late and scrolling until 1 a.m.? Feeling constantly stressed and skipping workouts? That's inflammation in action. What can you do? Eat clean, whole foods. Less sugar, fewer chemicals. Sleep deep 7 to 8 hours of real, restorative sleep. Move daily, not just gym time. But walk, stretch, breathe. Learn to manage stress, meditation, breathwork, even just a walk in nature. Your body can heal, if you give it the chance. It sounds simple, right? Just sit up straight. But slouching isn't just bad for your back. Poor posture compresses your lungs, messes with your digestion, restricts blood flow, and worse, it throws off your balance. And you know what that means? You're more likely to fall. For older adults, one fall can change everything: broken bones, lost mobility, even early death. But this isn't just about age. It's about awareness. Try this. Take deep belly breaths. Your diaphragm needs space to expand. Strengthen your glutes and back. Those are your posture muscles. Open your chest with daily stretches. Become aware of how you sit, stand, walk. Small corrections make a big difference. Ask yourself, what does your posture say about your future? According to the National Institute on Aging, loneliness can increase your risk of death by nearly 30%. That's more dangerous than obesity, more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And the worst part? It creeps up slowly. Maybe you stop going out. Maybe texts go unanswered. Maybe you tell yourself, I'm just tired today. And before you know it, weeks pass. We are wired for connection. When we're alone, our immune system weakens, stress rises, depression creeps in. But connection doesn't mean just small talk. It means meaningful connection. Here's how you can fight back. Call a friend and go deep. Talk about something real. Join a group that aligns with your passion: fitness, books, hiking, volunteering. Be the one who reaches out. You never know who's waiting for that message. Loneliness is sneaky, but connection? That's powerful medicine. A lot of people think memory loss is just a part of aging. But here's the truth. Your brain doesn't stop growing unless you stop challenging it. Cognitive decline doesn't start with age, it starts with routine. If you do the same things every day, your brain goes on autopilot. And just like a muscle that's never used, it starts to weaken. Want to stay sharp? Do this. Learn something new regularly. A language, an instrument, even a new recipe. Switch hands. Brush your teeth or use your mouse with your non-dominant hand. Engage in debate. Challenge your thinking, even if it's uncomfortable. Move in complex ways. Dance, martial arts, yoga. It's brain training. 2. The more you stretch your brain, the more alive you feel. Don't let your thoughts grow stale. This one hits deep. When you don't have something to wake up for, a reason to show up, grow, or give, your body feels it. Your immune system weakens. Your hormones crash. Your mind becomes more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and even early death. Purpose doesn't have to mean changing the world. It could be as small as taking care of a plant, mentoring a neighbor, or learning a new craft. Start small. Set one meaningful goal each week. Volunteer. Share a skill. Teach someone something. Reflect daily. What gave you joy today? What drained you? Because when you feel needed, everything inside you works better. Here's the truth no one likes to say out loud. It's not just disease or genetics that shortens our lives. It's how we live day by day. Inflammation, posture, loneliness, mental stillness, lack of purpose. These don't just happen to us. They grow in the shadows of neglect. But you've seen the shadows, and you can flip the switch. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one of these 5. Just one, and make a change today. Because it's never too late to rewrite your future. But it starts with action. Let me know in the comments. Which one are you working on first? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Someone you love might need this message today. Stay well, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video. You know, there's this common belief that aging is what eventually takes us down. That it's just part of life. Growing older means getting weaker, slower, more forgetful, until one day, we just fade out. But let me ask you something. What if that's not true? What if aging itself isn't the problem? What if it's not the years in your life, but the quiet, unnoticed things you let build up in those years, that slowly chip away at your strength, your clarity, your sense of self? Because here's the truth, and I want you to really let this sink in. It's not old age that kills us. It's the slow, silent fading. The good news? That slow fade isn't inevitable. It's not just the way life goes. You can turn it around. You can catch it before it catches up with you. Let's go back for a moment. In this video, we've uncovered 5 quiet forces that are shrinking our lives behind the scenes. First, chronic inflammation, the invisible fire that damages your heart, your brain, your organs, while you're busy just trying to get through the day. Then, poor posture, not just a back issue, but something that disrupts your breathing, your digestion, your balance, your independence. Next, isolation, the most underestimated danger of our time. We're more connected than ever, yet lonelier than we've ever been. And loneliness? It literally rewires your body for stress and early death. Then came mental stagnation, the brain fog that sneaks in when we stop learning, stop thinking, stop challenging ourselves. And finally, the loss of purpose, that heavy feeling of, why bother, when we no longer feel needed or useful. That's not just sad, it's dangerous. Now let me ask you, how many of those 5 are you dealing with right now? If you're being honest, you might be thinking, kind of all of them. And that's okay, you're not alone. The truth is, most of us are dealing with some version of this, quietly, in the background of our busy lives. But here's the beautiful part. Every single one of those 5 can be improved. Not through radical transformation, not through expensive supplements or extreme routines, but through small, conscious choices, one step at a time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to wake up to it, to see what's really going on, and start nudging things in the right direction. Let me give you an example. Let's say every night, you scroll on your phone until midnight. You wake up tired, reach for caffeine, skip breakfast, rush to work, and sit hunched over a screen for hours. Sound familiar? Now imagine this instead. You shut your phone off 30 minutes earlier. You breathe deeply before bed. You stretch in the morning. You take a walk on your lunch break. You call a friend on your way home instead of scrolling. You read a few pages of a book. You sleep deeper. You wake up clearer. Same person, same life, just different awareness and different habits. That's the power you have. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start today. Because every time you choose awareness over autopilot, you push back against that slow fade. Every time you eat something nourishing, every time you move your body with intention, every time you speak to someone from the heart, every time you challenge your brain, every time you remind yourself you matter, you're choosing life, real life. And that's what this video is about. Not just avoiding death, but choosing how fully you live until that day comes. So I want to leave you with this. Don't fear aging. Fear ignoring your life while it's happening. The body may get older. That's just biology. But fading away silently, losing who you are, that is not a given. You are allowed to stay strong. Stay sharp. Stay connected. Stay purposeful. Start with one small habit, one mindset shift, one brave action, and then keep going. If this video resonated with you, please, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone out there might be silently slipping, and this might be the wake-up call they didn't know they needed. Let's stop normalizing the slow fade, and start celebrating the power of living fully, at any age. I'm rooting for you. I'll see you in the next one. If you found value in this video, if even one idea sparked something in you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of the practical, real-life insights we share each week. Because sometimes, just hearing the right message at the right time can change everything. Thanks for being here, and welcome to the community.